Whee! Okay, let's get another flight on the Ranger G2. Wind is picking up, but I think it can handle it. It's a bigger, heavier plane. Launching. Little rudder. Crosswind. Turning into the wind there. Such an awesome flying plane. Alright, let's see if we can do a loop with it, going downwind. Ooh, big loop. Little rudder. Crosswind. Turning into the wind there. Sweet. And this is so well balanced. You can just do, like right here, I'm just doing a bank and yank turn. And it still looks like a pretty coordinated turn, doesn't it? And bank and yank turn here. And it still looks like a pretty coordinated turn, doesn't it? So you can fly this around bank and yank without having to use rudder. I use just a little bit of rudder, like right there, just to spin it around, especially when it's turning into the wind. A little bit of rudder there, a little back pressure. Little rudder. Nice axial rolls for a FPV cruiser. Speeds right along. Big loop. Transition to a split S. Look at that. It just floated right over the top there. Dropped the wing just a little bit, but it was almost at a standstill. Isn't that cool? It's just one of those airframes, you know, just very well behaved. Look at that. That is sweet. It's been so long since I've flown it. I had my timer on my last flight set for 6 minutes the way I fly it. I'm flying with a 3S 2200 mAh 25C Lipo. I still had over 3.9 volts per cell, so I bumped the timer up to 8 minutes. Look at that turn. Isn't that awesome? I can just throw it around. It doesn't mind. Little rudder, spin it around. Look at that. Little rudder, spin it around. That is a well-behaved plane. Little rudder, spin it around. Isn't that cool? Big, huge loops, guys. I told you, just throw it around. It doesn't mind. Little rudder, turn into the wind there. Little rudder. coaster turn. Do a roller coaster turn. Look at that. Very well behaved plane. And it was fairly inexpensive. This wasn't my first fixed wing that I purchased, but it was one of those that I acquired pretty soon after I started flying fixed wings. So it's been flying for a long time. Oh, got a vehicle coming down the road. Pretty maneuverable for a big cruiser, isn't it? Look at that. Just an awesome airframe. Little rudder, spin it around. Roller coaster turn, that's what I call them. I don't know what the official, what the correct term is for it. Roller coaster turn. Roller coaster turn. That is just awesome. This is one of those planes you can just put battery packs in it all day long and have a blast. I told you, you could just throw this one around, it doesn't mind. Now I'm starting to get my haptic. We had it in the air for 8 minutes. Man, it sure doesn't feel like it, does it? Well, maybe it does to you. It doesn't to me. Okay, so I got 8 minutes on it. I was pretty heavy in the throttle a good portion of the time. So let's bring it over here, do our circuits, make sure we don't have anybody coming. Set it down, and then I want to check the voltage in that 3S 2200 mAh pack just to see. Alright, so I'm gliding now. That wasn't a great landing. Okay, let's see. Make sure everything's intact. You never know. Tail skid, everything looks good. My wings are still locked in. Don't forget to check those on these wings that have those plastic locks. You know, sometimes you might think one's locked in and it's not. So, let me bring it over here. I forgot my table today. Can you believe that? I'm having to set everything up on the dirt over here. Alright. Alright, let's see what we have left. 11.5, 3.85, 3.87, 3.86. Okay, so I would say flying it the way that I fly it, you know, close proximity, aerobatic flying, where I'm heavy on the throttle a lot of the time. Look at it, how much I have left just in this little 3S 2200mAh 25C LiPo, and I have about 20 grams of nose weight that I have to put on it with this LiPo. This LiPo only weighs 172 grams. And you need about 195 grams of nose weight to not have any ballast weight when you don't have any camera equipment in it. So this gives me a neutral balance on the CG. But looking at the numbers on those cells, I would say I could easily get, what, 10 minutes of flying the way I was flying, and still have about, what, 3.6, somewhere between 3.6 and 3.7 volts in the cells. You know, if you're just cruising around at minimal power, just with this 3S 2200mAh 25C LiPo, you're probably looking at 20 minutes of flying. So that is absolutely awesome. Seems like the airframe not only does it produce pretty good power, but it seems like it's pretty efficient too. And it really cuts through the air. You know, for as big as it is and kind of bulky, it doesn't seem to have a lot of drag on it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.